Hola, mi amors. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. So I just finished filming an episode about why women stay in abusive relationships, and when I was filming that, it occurred to me I need to film another episode, like like more like a follow up, or more say, or rather an episode that you know intertwines with that one. And I want to talk about how to detect you're being emotionally abused. And I have gone through this personally myself. I was in a relationship and he never laid a hand on me. So I'm not going to lie about that. He never did. He also never verbally abused me, but he did emotionally abuse me. And I met him when I was so young. I didn't realize I was going through an emotional abuse up until when I left and I started learning, when I started healing and collecting myself and I started realizing what I went through. And when you're going through emotional or psychological abuse, most people don't realize it. Sometimes you even think it's normal lovers quarrel. It's like just normal squabbles, just a tough. It's just everybody fights in a relationship. Yeah, everybody fights, but how do you fight? That's the word. So there are few words that a man uses on you that will make you realize you're being emotionally abused. Number one, you're overreacting. I promise you. Yes, there are people who actually overreact about situation. They are. In life, there are people who overreact. But I promise you, 99% of the time, when a man is accusing you of overreacting, number one, you are not overreacting. Number two, you are correct about whatever it is that you are reacting about. Number three, they have done something to cause that reaction out of you, because you're not crazy, you're not a mad person. You don't just wake up and decide to overreact, So they have done something to put you in a position where you have to react to their actions. Then they accuse you of overreacting. So if you ever hear, and this, I'm not saying like if it happens like once in like never, that's different. Or maybe it's something that is not about pertaining you to. It's something outside of your relationship, and you're saying, I think maybe you're overreacting. That's a little bit different. But check the tone of that. How somebody says to you, you're overreacting. Check that tone. The tone says everything. And also check what the context of the event, what it is that you guys are going through, or you're talking about, that he is telling you overreacting. So that matters. So the context matters, not just the word. So every time a man says to you, you're overreacting, and especially if he makes a habit of saying that to you, my love, you're being emotionally abused. You need to start thinking about your exit plan. That's the first thing. The other word that men use is calling women emotional. Because first of all, when a man calls you emotional, number one, he is invalidating your feelings. He is saying what you feel doesn't matter, doesn't count, it's stupid, it's childish. So when they call you emotional, they're invalidating how you feel. And you don't want to be with somebody who invalidates your feelings, because your feelings matter, your thoughts, your mind matters. So anytime a man tells you you are too emotional, darling, you need to start thinking about packing and leaving, because that is the beginning of you being a victim of gender-based violence. I promise you, that's the beginning of your domestic abuse story, because this person does, not only do they invalidate your feelings, they don't care about how you feel. They think it's not important, it's not relevant. So again, I'm not saying about a once in like never situation, and again, the context of the event matters. What are you guys talking about? What is it you're going through for when he's telling you you're too emotional? So consider that. Don't just walk away because it happened once, or maybe what was happening had nothing to do with the two of you. So the context matters. And if is it a repetitive thing? Does this person constantly tell you you are too emotional? And also check yourself, because maybe you could be too emotional. Like some people can, again, overreact. Maybe you're too emotional, yes, but half the time when a man tells you you're too emotional, that person is on the road of abusing you. They're invalidating how you're feeling, they're invalidating your emotions and your feelings. And the way to make you feel small, to like make sure you don't react to what they're doing, they tell you you're too emotional, or you're overreacting. The other one is you're overthinking. You overthink too much. If you hear that word more than twice, please think twice. Think twice. Because somebody telling you you're overthinking, it means, number one, they are getting cagey with the truth. They don't really want to give you the full details. So their way to stop you from asking further is telling you you're overthinking. That shuts you down. You know, it just like puts a stop to it, because now it gets in your head. Okay, if I'm overthinking, so maybe there's really nothing going on. You know what I mean? So it's a defense mechanism for when somebody tells you you're overthinking. It means they really don't want to give you the full story. There is more than meet the eye of what is going on. So they shut you down by telling you you're overthinking, you know? So that is a defense mechanism. And a lot of people buy it. It starts getting into your head. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it's not that serious. Maybe it's not what I think. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. You know, maybe I'm reading things the wrong way. So be very careful of somebody who accuses you of, you know, overthinking. You know, you think too much. You know, that's another thing. Like now my brain is, overworking, you know. So take note of those things. The last one is when they tell you talk too much. When a man tells you talk too much, you know. Because if you love somebody who is in your life, why are you getting tired of hearing them express themselves to you? And like I keep saying, the context matters. Not just any situation that somebody says you're talking too much means they're abusing. No. So be smart enough to know the context of when that person uses that word to you. What is the context of the situation? What is happening? What is going on? What are you two going through? Does whatever is happening has to do with the two of you, or it's something in a third party's life that you guys are maybe witnessing, and then they tell you talk to. So the context matters. Always keep that in mind. Okay, not every time somebody says you talk too much it means they're abusive. No. So the context matters. So always have that in mind. If somebody is telling you talk too much, again, it means they don't care about your opinion. They don't care about your thought process, your mind, your feelings. They don't care about what you have to say, which means you really don't matter that much to them. And why do you want to be with somebody who doesn't really value you? You know, what are you doing with this person? So be careful of somebody who says these words to you. You know, look out for those words, because this way you avoid being an abusive. It helps you to jump a sinking ship. You know, like you get out before you get deep into it. So always pay attention. And I'm going to give you guys an advice that my mom has always told me, and an advice that my grandfather, now her dad, gave her. My grandfather told my mom that men don't change, and men always say things that they mean. Let me explain. When a man tells you think too much of it, that's how that person feels about you. And they are being honest with you. So listen when they say these things to you. And men don't change. I promise. Just because you put a ring on your finger does not mean tomorrow you're going to wake up a different or better person. I promise you. So look out for these words. Look out for how a person talks to you, how they express themselves to you. Do they call you out of your name? Do they invalidate how you feel? Do they try to make you feel small? Do they to make you seem crazy? You know, like every time I hear a guy say, "Oh, my ex-girlfriend or my she's crazy," the only thing I always ask is, what did you do to make her crazy? Because nobody is born crazy, number one. And by the time a woman is overreacting, you did something to put in a position that she has to react to her action. Then you start telling her she's overreacting. or when you tell somebody you're overthinking, it's because you really don't want to give this part the full story. So your way of to shut them down is tell them you're overthinking. So look out for this. Pay attention to how a man talks to you. Sometimes women we say things we don't mean because, sometimes, not always, and also not me. But in some situations, women say things they don't mean. But men never say things they don't mean. Unless when they're lying to you, they love you and they like you. But when they are telling how they think about you as a person, not as a person they're attracted to, but just as a human being, pay attention to those things. Because those things are going to make you know exactly how this person feels about you, and they'll help you to get out of a sticky situation before it becomes sticky, So always listen and never ever take the words of a man lightly. Never assume it was a joke. Never assume he never meant to. First of all, you never meant to say it. It's like the excuse of cheating. It was a mistake. There's so much that goes into cheating to deem it a mistake. You know what I mean? And I don't know why some women are so stupid to buy that crap. Like, it was a mistake. No, darling, it was not a mistake. You made a choice. Because by the time you're cheating on somebody, you have to see somebody, get attracted to them, work your way to go and get their contact, or figure out how you're going to be able to reach them. Express how you feel about them. Get them to like you, then get to bed with them. That is a lot of work, a lot of steps, a lot of choices to deem it a mistake. So, by the time somebody is telling you it was not a mistake. It was a choice, So, be very careful of when somebody is gaslighting you into saying you're overthinking or overreacting. No, my love, you're not. You're not overthinking, you're not overreacting. I promise you are not. Save yourself the trouble and get out before it gets the sticky situation becomes sticky. So look out, and it's not somebody who's going to emotional abuse is not confined in those just though. There are many more words. Just use your discernment and pay attention how somebody talks to you, how they address you, your grievances, when you tell them maybe you don't like something, or maybe you're uncomfortable about something, or you try to have a conversation with them about something that you don't necessarily feel happy about, how they address it, how they talk to you, how they try to solve that problem. Pay attention. That will give you a lot of insight into who they are as a human being, and it will save you the trouble. Walk away before the sticky situation becomes sticky. I'll end this video at this point, my loves. So I'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Because hey, man, we have to grow this channel. We have to. We don't have a choice. So invite people to join and comment down below. Engage me. You can also reach out to me in my social media platforms. I always tag them. I don't have a lot of them because, well, I'm not that much of a social media person. You can reach out to me either my Instagram, my Twitter, or my Facebook, but that's all I have. I don't have TikTok and Snapchat and the others. So please don't forget to, invite people and engage me. Tell me how you feel. Tell me your story, because we are better off when we have a better understanding of what's going on in the society. I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourself. Bye.